Good morning, students. In our last class, we had solved few questions from exercise 6.2. I think up to question number 4, and rest of the questions I had given you for homework. Today I am going to solve question number 6 from that exercise. That is the last question of that exercise. After that, we will read about properties of triangles. So see, everyone read the question number 6 of exercise 6.2 from NCERT. What is given? That PQ and RS are two parallel mirrors, plane mirrors which placed parallel to each other. Means PQ is parallel to RS. Okay, and there is a ray AB which strike PQ at point B. After that, this is incident ray. After that, it reflects in the direction of C and it strikes RS at point C. Again, it reflects in the direction of D from the plane mirror RS in the direction of D. So, question said that prove that AB is parallel to CD. This AB is parallel to CD. See, these two lines AB and CD is given, and you can see this BC works as a transversal. So when two lines will be parallel? In our last lecture we had seen that two lines will be parallel if any pair of corresponding angles becomes equal, or any pair of alternate angles becomes equal, or any pair of co-interior angles becomes supplementary. If any two lines intersected by a transversal satisfy any of the three cases, then that two lines will be parallel to each other. So in this question, if we want to prove AB is parallel to CD, so by anyhow we have to prove that this angle ABC is equal to angle BCD, because these two angles are alternate interior angles for lines AB and CD intersected by transversal BC. So if by anyhow if we success to prove that angle ABC is equal to BCD, then a pair of alternate angles will become equal. After that, a pair of alternate angles will become equal, then lines will be parallel, then AB is parallel to CD. So our goal to prove angle ABC equal to angle BCD. Okay. For proving this, we have to construct something. What we have to construct? Draw a line BM which is perpendicular on PQ, and CN which is perpendicular on RS. BM perpendicular to PQ and CN perpendicular to RS. Okay, BM perpendicular to PQ and CN perpendicular to RS. And because these two lines PQ and RS are parallel to each other, that's why this BM and CN, because these two are perpendicular to the both, that's why these two lines are also parallel to each other. Why? See, if this BM is perpendicular on PQ, so you can see this angle is what? That angle, this angle is 90 degree, okay? And this CN is perpendicular to RS. When we produce it meet here, this angle is also 90 degree. Now see, this BM and CN are two lines, and this PQ is a transversal. PQ is a transversal such that these two angles are co-interior angles and their sum is 180, and sum of co-interior angles is 180, then the lines are parallel, that's why BM will be parallel to CN. Okay, so clearly this BM is parallel to CN. Now see, this is incident ray, this BM is incident ray, and after that it reflects on the plane mirror PQ in the direction C. So this and this one is perpendicular on BM is perpendicular on PQ. clearly this angle and this angle are angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Angle of incidence and angle of reflection. And in physics, we have read about this, that on the plane surface or on the plane mirror, if a ray, incident ray come here and after that it reflects, then the angle formed by incident ray with the perpendicular, that is called angle of incidence, and the angle formed by reflected ray with the perpendicular, that is called reflected angle. Means this is angle of incidence and this is the angle of reflection. And in physics you have read about this, that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection for the plane mirror. That's why this angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Now listen everyone, if this angle 1 is equal to angle 2, means if this is 30 degree, this one will be also 30 degree, then what will be the angle of ABC? That is 60 degree. Clearly these two angles, angle 1 and angle 2 are equal to each other, and that is equal to half of angle ABC. Again you can see that angle 1 and angle 2 are equal. Suppose this is 30 degree, this is also 30 degree. So what will be the measurement of angle ABC? That will be 60 degree. Clearly angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and both are equal to half of angle ABC. So we can write here angle 1 is equal to angle 2 is equal to half of angle ABC. Okay? Half of angle ABC. Similarly, now for plane mirror RS, this BC is what? Incident ray. And CD is what? Reflected ray. And this CN is perpendicular on. Then this angle, that is angle of incidence, say angle 3rd, and this angle of reflection, 4th. So clearly because angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, that's why this angle 3 is equal to angle 4. And both are equal to half of angle this BCD, angle BCD. Now here we prove that BM is parallel to CN and this BC is what? Transversal. So this angle 2 and angle 3 form alternate interior angles. That's why, and we know that if lines are parallel intersected by a transversal, then alternate interior angles are equal. That's why angle 2 is equal to angle 3. So angle 2 is equal to angle 3. So their doubles will be also equal. So twice of angle 2 is equal to twice of angle 3. See, this is angle 2, its twice is ABC. This is angle 3, its twice is BCD. Clearly from here we conclude that angle ABC angle, clearly from here angle ABC will be equal to angle BCD. Now you can see this angle ABC is equal to angle BCD, means AB and CD are two lines intersected by transversal BC such that a pair of alternate interior angles becomes equal. Okay, that is, you can see this one. So lines will be parallel. Okay, that's why we can conclude that AB will be parallel to CD, which the question wants to us. Okay, now next one about triangles. In previous classes you have read about triangles. What is triangles? What is triangles? See, figure. Why? Because it formed at a plane. That's why it is a plane figure bounded by three lines or three line segments. Okay. So triangle is what? It is a plane figure formed by, bounded by, it is a plane figure bounded by three line segments. Okay, you have read about this. It is also defined as it is the plane closed figure. Plane closed figure formed by three lines. Okay, and you can see this figure is a triangle in which it has three sides. It has three sides in this figure, AB, BC and AC, three vertices, that is A, B, C, and three angles, angle A, angle B and angle C. Okay, in triangle ABC, AB, BC and AC are three sides. Vertex A, vertex B, vertex C, three vertices. Angle A, angle B, angle C, three angles. And I hope you know about the types of the triangles. Types of the triangles defined in two categories according to the side and according to their angles. Okay, so types of triangles, I am going to explain about types of the triangles. You have read about the triangles, types of the triangles in your junior classes, in class 7th I think, but we are revising there again. So types of the triangle. Types of the triangle. First, according to sides. According to sides. In any triangle, you know, there will be three possibilities. All the three sides becomes equal, two sides equal, one different, and all the three sides different. Okay. So if three sides are equal, that is called equilateral triangle. First is equilateral triangle. Okay. A triangle whose all sides are equal. See, in this triangle ABC, if AB equal to AC is equal to BC, its all sides are equal. 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter. Okay, so that is an equilateral triangle. Second one, isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. A triangle in which two sides equal, one different. A triangle in which two sides are equal and one is different. Okay, that is called isosceles triangle. For example, see this triangle ABC, that is 5 centimeter, that is 4 centimeter, that is 4 centimeter. So you can see this side is equal to this side. Okay, and that one is different. That's why this is an isosceles triangle. And third one, all the three sides are different. All three sides are different. 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 6 centimeter. All sides are different. Okay, so that is scalene triangle. A triangle whose all sides are different. Okay, so you know about these types of the triangle. Okay, now according to angles, according to angles, first it may be possible that in any triangle all angles are acute angles, that is 70 degree, that is 60 degree, that is 50 degree. So you can see its all angles are less than 90 degree. See, actually in class 7th you have read about it, and we will prove here also, that is very important theorem for you, that angle sum property of triangles. Sum of all interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. That's why you can see I have taken here the three angles such that their sum is equal to 180 degree, 70 degree, 60 degree, 50 degree. Okay, so their sum will be equal to 180 degree. And you can see here all the three angles measurement is less than 90 degree, means all these three and more than 0 degree. Clearly all these three angles are acute angles. Such type of angles whose all the three interior angles is less than 90 degree, means acute angles, that triangle is called acute angled triangle. First is acute angled triangle. Okay, acute angled triangle. The triangle in which all three angles, all three interior angles are acute angles, For example, this figure, this triangle ABC. Okay. Now second one, it may be possible that its one angle is of 90 degree. Okay, and this one is 50 degree, and this is 40 degree. Okay, so you can see its one angle is 90 degree, that is right angle. One angle is equal to right angle, and such type of triangle in which one angle is 90 degree, that is called right angled triangle. Right angled triangle. Okay, so the triangle in which in which one angle measurement is, in which measurement of one angle is right angle, that is called right angled triangle. And third one, obtuse angled triangle. Third one, obtuse angled triangle. See, a triangle like this. See, this is a triangle in which one angle is more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So that is obtuse angle. Such type of triangle in which one angle is obtuse angle, that is called obtuse angled triangle. A triangle in which one angle is obtuse angle, that is called obtuse angled triangle. Got it, everyone? Okay. So in our next section, we will read about the properties of the triangles.